What's good, YouTube? This video is going to be about one really unattractive thing women do on first dates or before first dates, especially on the phone or even in text messages sometimes, that turns men away, that turns them off, and lets them know that you have too much baggage to date. But before I start, if you haven't already, be sure to check out my Hick Talks live channel if you're interested in self-help and all things life advice. Now onto this topic. A lot of women that I talk to don't realize it, but they're projecting all of the negative experiences that they had when they meet a new guy. Now, sometimes that guy ain't shit either, but other times that guy is actually a decent man, or he's a good man, or he's even the one that they want. He's Mr. Perfect for them. But he can't get around seeing all the negativity and all the low vibrational energy that they bring to dates or phone conversations because they have a reason to doubt men. They've made a lot of mistakes. Men have made mistakes with them. Men have did things to them on purpose. They have a lot of reasons to be doubtful of their love future, but they've projected all of these things onto one person, the new individual. So every time he says something to you, whether it's on a date or it's on the phone or even in text messages, they project some kind of air of negativity or doubt. I've been on a date with a woman who'd been disappointed before, and it seems like everything I say, she had already not trusted me for the thing that the last guy did. It was almost like I had cheated on her before, or I had done something to her before, and I was really just getting to know her. I literally had just met her. So it was really annoying and really off-putting that every time I said something, she looked at me as if she had a reason to be suspicious of me. Right? But she had just came from and had experienced a lot of lying from guys, right? So she was looking at me with distrust, with doubtfulness, but it really should have been directed toward her judgment in the past and those other individuals that hurt her. Too often, women can't separate their past from their present or their future. And it becomes very obvious. And women often ask me when to know if I'm ready to date. I can tell you when you're not ready to date. You're not ready to date if every individual who meets you is being treated like he's the sum total of your whole dating experiences, all the negative ones. You're not ready to date if you can't take my words as my words and you're still processing everything I say as if I'm the last guy who lied to you. And that's so prevalent in your functioning that you can't even hide it with me. Again, you have become the bag lady that Erykah Badu talks about. And we all have baggage sometimes. And sometimes you need to take the opportunity and go manage your baggage. Go manage the things that are still lingering on you. Go manage those experiences, those disappointments, those hurts, those traumas. Don't bring the old you into a new relationship or even a new date, because that person can pick up on all of those negative energies. That person can pick up on all of that doubt, all of that scorn, all of that hurt, all of that turmoil. You're telling them that a toxic relationship is coming. If I can sense you doubting everything I say, then I don't feel like I'm making progress with you. Men don't want to pay for the mistakes of the last guy or your mistakes or your judgment issues that you've had through the years. We don't know you well enough to put up with that type of stuff. So many women think, oh, well, he just wasn't the right guy if he didn't accept me the way I am. That's not always true. Sometimes we are flawed. Sometimes we need work. If a person doesn't know you and a person doesn't love you, then a person's not just going to accept you for everything you are. You can't show up super flawed and obviously tainted and get a brand new stranger in most cases to put up with it. Most of the time when people put up with things in relationships, it's because they already love those people. They've grown to love them in time. And when things start to rear their ugly head, they're then willing to deal with those things. But to bring relationship issues like distrust and jealousy and doubt and suspicion to the first date or the first few conversations or text messages, when the tone is you don't trust me because I'm a man, I don't know if I feel like breaking through that. Most of us won't. Most of us will just move on to someone who has a more positive experience and is bringing more positive energy. Again, people are always judging energy. If I'm up before I get around you or before I talk to you, and then by having come in contact with you, now I'm down. Now my vibrations are lowered. Now my experience is a lot less optimistic for the day. I'm not sure I want to continue dating or continue to get to know you. Sometimes women bring their lowliness to dates, to relationships, to text messages. You cannot be a downer when a guy gets to you, right? So if you're not in a position, if you're not in a place mentally or psychologically where you can add energy, positive energy, high vibrational energy, where you can uplift, where you can inspire, where you can motivate, where you can help, where you can project happiness or project peace or tranquility, if you're not in a place where you have those to give, then you're probably not ready to date. At the very individual level, you need to be able to separate one man from another. And if you can't do that, and every man is dealing with the weight of your dating experience, the negative ones anyway, then you're probably going to have a lot of disappointments. You'll have a lot of dates that don't go the way you want them to go. You have a lot of guys have a decent enough time with you, but not call you back because when they got around you, their vibration was lowered, right? Just by being around you, they were actually brought down a few levels energetically. People want to be brought up. People want happiness. People want peace, contentment. Joy is contagious. People want to catch your joy, but they don't want to catch your trauma. So make sure that you're either in a place where you've separated individuals in your mind and you can show up dealing with this new individual as the new you to have a new experience, or you've dealt with those old issues that might cause you to respond to a new man in an old way. We're supposed to be shedding our skin between these relationships, not bringing the old raggedy, torn up skin to the next relationship. The old you has been through some things. The old you has a reason to doubt. The old you has had trauma. The old you didn't trust. The old you had no reason to believe. But the new you is dating a new person. We're supposed to be trying to evolve ourselves between these relationship experiences. So some of us need to take a little bit more time than we thought we did to get to the place to where when we're looking at a person across the table, or when we're speaking to a person on the phone, or when we're even text messaging a person, that doubt, that irritation, that fatigue doesn't bleed through and ruin their day or ruin their vibe or cut into their moods. If it's so obvious that a stranger can see and tell that you're doubting them for something that happened to you before they knew you, it's likely they're not going to continue dating you. Or you're going to end up being somebody that they only come to when they need a physical gratification. There needs to be a reward for coming to you. A lot of times a guy might be looking for something, but when he meets a woman, she's so lowly, her self-esteem is so shot, her experiences have been so negative that she can't really offer him anything energetically. All the other gifts and all the other things that healthy love might offer a person, or even a healthy relationship, getting to know somebody who has fervor might offer a person, she doesn't have those to give. So she just becomes a sexual object. Now, the difference between a good man, a decent man, and an ain't shit man is if an ain't shit man realizes that your energy is an energy that he doesn't want to be around, or he can't commit to, or doesn't want a relationship with, he's not going to take anything from you he can't give back. An ain't shit man will take that energy and he'll tolerate it only on the basis that you give him something when he comes. So a lot of you ladies are dealing with these guys who want sex, and it's like on their profile, they're like, I want a relationship, I want love, I want this. But when you meet the guy, before you really get to know him, he decides that you're in the energy he really doesn't want to be around that much, but he's still attracted to you. So things happen. Physical things happen. A lot of these guys out here will use the fact that you're lowly, but won't let you know that, hey, I just don't want to be around a person like you. I don't want to talk to a person like you. I don't really like your vibe. They'll still have sex with you. They'll still make use of you. And that's why I keep telling women, until you know what a man wants from you, until you really know what his intentions are, don't have sex with a guy. Don't do nothing sexual with him, because he might have decided, I don't like her energy. I don't like her vibe. I would never want to come home to this. But he'll still hit it. He'll still do things to you. But you'll notice very quickly that you have to do those things to keep his attention. And if you're not doing those things, then he don't want to be around you because your energy is repelling him. That's not your fault. That's his fault for not being man enough to just tell you, listen, I don't think we are compatible. So if you do have a lot of baggage and you are scorned and you have trouble masking it or dealing with it, which is more important, dealing with it, you do not want to add sex to these situations, because you have to make sure a guy has the patience, the attention span, the compassion, and the empathy to help you work through some of the things that you've gone through by being different than your last guy and actually proving that in time. And these fuckboys, these users, will take a woman with lowly energy who telegraphs that hurt and that pain and that ease of use, and he'll take more advantage of you, right? So some of these ain't shit men out here will take advantage of that negative energy because they know it makes it easier for them to access you sexually sometimes. So it's not good to telegraph that information to good men because they don't want to be around it. And it's not good to telegraph that information to shitty men because they will make use of you for it. I seen this quote one time many years ago and I never forgot it. It said, no matter how you feel, you should always look like you're winning. And if you're so broken at the moment that you can't even pretend to be winning, then you are not ready to date. We all have stuff. We all have baggage. None of us are perfect. You don't have to wait to be perfect to a date, but you have to be functional. And some women are not emotionally functional, and it calls in negative energy to their life and users to their life, and it also repels good men. So do your best to deal with some of that negative energy. Bring positivity, bring light, bring peace, bring joy, bring love, bring tranquility. Bring high vibrational spiritual energy to relationships, to dating, to text messages. Inspire, motivate, captivate, intoxicate. But don't aggravate. People rubbed by your energy want to be more up than down when you're gone. So if you're not in a position where you can bring positive energy and not telegraph your hurt, your pain, and your trauma for users and or good men, then you should probably sit down for a little while longer and actually deal with some of the things that you've been through. And I know that's easier said than done, but it still has to be done. So I hope this helps. That's all I got for now. Follow me at KidFig24 on Instagram. I'll get with y'all later.